You remember, hasn't been long, the start of this year, there was a terrorist attack at our naval air station in Pensacola, Florida. 3 of our sailors were murdered, and 8 of our sailors were wounded. We don't know the extent of their wounds, we don't know how many of them will be affected for the rest of their lives, but we know 8 wounded, 3 murdered by a jihadi terrorist, okay? An Islamic terrorist. We know that. What has now happened is that after an investigation into the other Saudis that were at our airbase, remember we were training them. We were training them at our airbase in order to use our equipment because we had sold them our equipment and we wanted them to be able to use it, to fly our planes, etc. Well, now we're kicking out 21 of their people because it turns out that Saudi Arabia isn't the best place to bring people in from. Let's go ahead and go over this for a second, okay? In a news conference at the Justice Department, Barr, that's William Barr, Attorney General, said an investigation of the shooter, Lieutenant Mohammed al-Shamrani, has determined he was motivated by jihadist ideology and called the attack an act of terrorism. This was something that so many different news outlets were unwilling to say at the time. But, they had to quote it like it's, like if they hadn't said it, then, it wouldn't be true. So, oh gosh, these people annoy me so much. And we go down here. Okay, and it's talking about how they're basically all involved in jihadi stuff. 17 had social media containing some jihadi or anti-American content, Barr said. However, there wasn't any evidence of any affiliation or involvement with any terrorist activity or group. 15 individuals, including some of the 17 just mentioned, had had some kind of contact with child pornography. Okay. So, we're talking, basically these people weren't vetted. We brought people here to train them, to use weapons, to be surrounded with our military. We gave them military access, right? And we basically didn't vet them. We didn't do so much as look at their social media profiles to see if they were posting jihadi crap because, ISIS is so inspirational or something. That's what we're talking about. Moreover, they were pedophiles, which honestly shouldn't be much of a surprise because Muhammad was a pedophile. Muhammad, peace be upon him. Yeah, he was a pedophile and sex addict according to, the Quran and the Hadiths. Yeah. What was it, like 17 out of 21? Yeah. And when we end up sending these people back, they're not going to be punished over in Saudi Arabia because this sort of thing isn't punishable by their rules. In fact, rape of non-Muslim girls is considered perfectly acceptable because, well, of what is in their religious, if you can call it that, documents. And it's why when you have massive influxes of people from the Middle East, people from the Islamic world, over into our countries, what you see is massive rape gangs of people of Islamic ideology. You can look at Tommy Robinson's work to see that, and see how the British establishment tries to silence him, sadly enough. But, these people, we heard at the time that while the event was happening, there were some of these Saudi jihadists who sat back and watched. They watched it happen from a nearby car. We also heard the day before it happened, they all got together, or many of them got together, for a video showing of prior terrorist attacks. These are the people that we brought onto our soil. Yeah, Saudi Arabia isn't sending their best, or maybe they are. Maybe these are, in fact, their best. It is a country that has public beheadings with, blood running out. Actual beheadings that you can gather around in a circle and watch and cheer and all of this. It's a country where you can't be an apostate. You can't leave Islam for a different religion, say to become Christian, without facing a death penalty. It's a country where you can't bring in Bibles. Why on earth do we defend this country? I can't stand the people who act like, well, this one's our ally because this one's got oil. It's like, can we just kind of draw the line at, they're an indecent company. They're an indecent country. And we ought to have some standards. Don't leave yet, remember to like and share the video, and if you want to be reliably notified of new videos, sign up for my newsletter. Also, if you'd like to support the production of these videos, I'd appreciate it if you supported me over at Subscribestar, or you can buy one of our Healthwise healthier products, or you can even get yourself some merch.